Greetings everyone, please give a moment to make sure everything's set on up. Actually, I've got to open my stream windows. Let's see now. Okay, Rumble is going. Twitter is going. YouTube is going. And Twitch is going. Looks like that's all going good. Let's go ahead and activate the chat windows. That should be all good. Let's do some test messages. Test. And test. 1, 2, 3. Yep, that's all good. Looks like everything's good to go. Let me just double check my computer and then we'll get started. Oh, something I did actually forget to change is preset. There we go. And let's go ahead and get started. Let's first start off day of 1v1. Start in 5 minutes, so definitely not that one. Let's double check. There we go. Of course, that may not get an indication of skill, just may give an indication of lack of skill. Just because you maxed out doesn't mean you're good, but if you have less than maxed out, particularly if you have 0 stars, prestige stars, you're probably not exactly great either. Or you've been hacking, got banned, and now load up another profile. And somebody remember as well, but not entirely. Macros there, perfect. Greetings everyone, and Great here with another Cup Heroes 2 replay straight from Live Games Lobby. Bottom left side as the blue Okinawa player, we got a foreign name. On top right side as the red British forces, we got Dronic. Or Drawonic? I can feel the word in different syllables. I've always been bad at looking at words and determining whether or not what syllable I should split up the word into. Like, how should I split the word into syllables? We do have the Tactical Support Regiment, which does give access to raid sections. Sandbags being built now. Why does it feel like the mini-map is sideways, but it is not? It is actually a square that's not diagonal. It feels weird, honestly. I don't know why, with a map like this, I feel like the map is just side diagonal, but it's not. Am I crazy for thinking it like that? Probably. Either way, fuel sector now being captured on up.
Point secure. Maintain the position.
Intersection may find the Volksgrenadiers. They will pop into light cover grenadier. Finish off the heavy cover is probably a good idea. Does eat quite a bit of damage there. Spreads out. So he went for both the light cover and the heavy cover. Not a good or bad thing. With the heavy cover there, it's hard to tell whether or not it will be flanking in some angles. Maybe half the guys flanking, the other half or not. Got double raid such a point of view. This guy's loaded up in the back of the Universal Carrier, which is clearly an upgrade from the previous game's Bren Carrier, because it can carry more than Bren's. Raid section now pushed away forward. Raid section of 5-man squads are not adversely affected by not being covered. but I don't know if their target size is still the same. It's one of those squads that are not available for me to view in the game files due to the nature of it being the game files. The mod editor is severely outdated. Does say the Strom Pioneer there. Universal Carrier may go down. Raid section will probably take out the Kubelwagen. And does utilize repair there, so the Kubelwagen falling back like that is actually a good call by the OKW player. Of course, it does spot the Universal Carrier and repair, which so we can get a lot of free damage there. The problem is pushing forward towards raid section, the region's not good. Another raid section deployed in the field. The Kubelwagen needs to rotate over here. Got some decent damage there. He is being hyper aggressive. I like this, but also thinking it's a really bad idea. He knows what he's getting into. That's not some sort of new play. He's trying to pick this thing off.
The capture point is being overrun.
Raid section behind some good heavy cover. Looks like 3 out of 4 guys are firing. Does push forward. Info section is behind some of this railing there. Now the raid section's in open ground was not a good idea. Sticking back here with like 3 out of 4 guys firing is probably perfectly fine, honestly. Because heavy cover not only reduces the received accuracy by 50% like light cover, but also receive the damage you take by 50% as well. So my offhand math suggests that sticking to heavy cover with only 3 out of 4 guys firing is probably better than advancing forward to light cover. Of course, my offhand math can be incorrect. This squad here is utilizing the mine placement there, does interrupt it, replacing it down. And since it is an ability, it is not scaled by the number of models to cast it. So this 2-man squad can build it just as quickly as 5 members. Strom Pioneers advancing. Does get a bit of fire there on the Kubelwagen. Again, we're for charging forward, trying to capture the sector. And the Strom Pioneers got a nice little flank there. A good 1-2-3 punch. If you count the Vicana Warfare just walking forward to capture the sector as a punch.
We're losing a capture point.
Each section does advance towards heavy cover there. So that may be within point blank, but probably not. Volksgrenadiers advancing. And the intersection squad does fall back.
Promotion! Good under fire! Enemy squad has us targeted! Let's be off! Ready to roll!
Strom Pioneers taking a bit of damage there. Minesweepers out. Need to pack that up. The Kenilworth inside the garrison. I don't think that was a great idea. Yeah, I think it would have had better time setting on up on the open ground. Would have got the shot off much easier. Push forward like this is not necessary with the Kenilworth nearby. Does get a shot there. Took a free shot he didn't need to. Could let these forces push forward, clear it out. Brennan Carrier does escape on out of there. Walking now versus 1, firing away. The Kenilworth needs to get out of that garrison. Though it does withdraw a lot of fire from being inside of there. Does get out of the garrison. Even though it can't fight back really. Wouldn't take too much damage from the Royal Engineers. We do now have a SWS half-track on the build queue. He has selected the Overwatch Doctrine. Could see some Jaeger light infantry. He has a decent amount of fuel reserve as well. It makes me wonder he's actually going for Mechanized HQ. On this side of the building, there's actually 3 windows. That's actually pretty good. Not great for a 5-man Volksgrenadiers, but 4-man intersection wouldn't be half bad. If they have slot eye weapons, that can help change the math as well. Slot weapons are basically a form of zeal.
The enemy cut our supply line.
Repairs complete and everything works.
Universal carrier has been. Whoops! I hit a
Our
button.
capture point. They're trying to take it.
I trying the backspace button because I still feel like the map is diagonal, so I'm trying to hit double backspace to revert it back. Sandbags do get destroyed. He does now have the bridge player does have some medics on the field. Raid sections don't believe they get any healing out of combat. We got a squad of Jaeger light infantry now deployed in the field. We're seeing a bit of fire from these infantry sections. Throws out a Molotov. Raid sections falling back. Taking a bit of damage. Possibly this one getting wiped. Shun Pioneer's not really trying to pursue it properly, but does get it wiped out. Very nice. Volkswagen is slowly being picked off, but the raid section not doing all too well either. Shun Pioneer's on the retreat path. There's only 2 guys left there. Gullwagen goes down. Good shot there onto the Universal carrier. It looks like the raid section will keep on out there. Shun Pioneers catches Central VP and falls back. He goes to salvage the carcass, but it's going to be in combat, so Ball just pushed forward to the well. Oh well. Does inside the garrison. 1 win on the side, so it's not a great garrison for a infantry squad. Perfectly fine for an MG. And for the Okada player, he has gone for Battle Group HQ. Has a lot of fuel stored on up. No SWS half-track in the build queue. Sections getting focused on down that Jaeger line tree quite significantly. Once then, the Volkswagen get inside that garrison, and there's only 1 window side. Not like it's a squad over there. They'll got this guy pushed way forward. Another Jaeger light infantry pull in the field. No G43 upgrade. It is available. Does eat the Molotov or drink it. It's in a bottle. You should not drink Molotovs. You shouldn't be making Molotovs either way. And those very easy. I actually have an uncle who's in prison he's from Kentucky, and he manufactured and sold fireworks, which is illegal. So don't do that either. We do now have the Shun Pioneers now engaging the intersection here, the raid section. Does force him back. He does have access to forward observation post. This can give him some very powerful abilities, including the artillery recover ability. Jaeger line infantry still do not have their G43 upgrade. 1 is being upgraded now. Lucia definitely gets SW's half-track on the field. Jira Panzer quarters is very good to lock down parts of the map, such as the field sector. Universal carrier does get force on back at the platoon or company command post here. Because last intersection could go for pyrotechnics. Now we get some good spotting, but as well bring in the artillery barrages.
The new company command post is ready.
Going for another landmine there. Very nice. He's declaring that land as mined. Volkswagen get a nice little flank there on the intersection. It looks like they did get a bit behind heavy cover, but overall they're just advancing. Molotov there. He's gone for a 3rd squad of Jaeger light infantry. I sort of disagree with that. They're nice squads, but now he has 5 combat squads in the field, when he should honestly be eyeing to tech up. He is getting a good job done. He's right now fighting against 4 intersections. But his opponent does have, of course, we know about the company command post, and he has fully can get out of Cromwell. Cromwell could be very nice right now. Thank you for the follow,
Enemy causing
L
trouble,
Star.
trying to take
L
one of
Star.
our points.
Yeah, Ellie Star. What's that name? Way too much. Jaeger Light Infantry advance along the flank there. Force back the raid section, each section there. This one does, of course, need to fall back as well. Medics provide some good healing. Got a Centaur here. Well, I think right now, if it wasn't for the OKW's current composition, no sheer Panzer Squad on the field, I would generally say, nice landmine. I would generally say a Cromwell would be better because he doesn't have an anti-tank asset on the field. But with our Castle Division, we know that there is no sheer Panzer quarters, so the threat of a Panzer IV is not exactly imminent. So, good call by the British player. He may have realized there's no sheer Panzer quarters on the field. But I still think a Cromwell would be a little bit better because I have a bit more longevity compared to the Centaur. But the Centaur will get some good work done. Only threat to it right now is, of course, 2 Panzerfaust, or now 1 Panzerfaust, and the Weckenwerfer. Good there.
Ready for orders.
A capture
Jaeger
point
Light
is being
Infantry
overrun.
do receive a Molotov there. Destroys the sandbag once again. Centaur now pulled on the field, going for another Weckenwerfer. So right now the British player is in pretty good position. I really don't like the poor decision making of the OKW player. And now the OKW player is going to receive a lot of damage because of the lack of a Panzer IV. Though double Weckenwerfer can be nice, but the Weckenwerfer will come off map. He's also now going to get some good splash hits there. No Malt, or there's the... Where's the Panzerfaust? There's the Panzerfaust heading back on home. Actually a bit farther away than expected. The base flax getting some damage there, getting some good reinforcement here. Here's another Weckenwerfer, just a move it forward. Gets a good hit there. Panzerstrike comes out and goes down to the Weckenwerfer. That was really horribly played. Horrible control there. He should not have dived like that. I think he had trouble moving out of the way because it was sort of inside the Weckenwerfer as well, but the British player threw that away.
Our capture
I still don't like the OKW's decision making. Everything's just gone crap. OKW player should get out of sheer Panzer quarters. Go too soon. This landmine has been swept by the nearby Sturm Pioneer, which, yep, that did get recamouflaged, got a range, so go hit itself. Not going to capture this point entirely. Pushing forward, all the raid sections back at home. The double Weckenwerfer is now not super useful. And it's now the British player hopefully realized that this one doesn't have sheer Panzer quarters. Well, probably should play around the fact that there's no sheer Panzer quarters. I'm thinking Churchill. I do have a bias towards Churchills, but maybe behind the Churchill Crocodile could be a good alternative.
losing a capture
But I
point.
honestly sort of soured on Churchill Crocodiles and Churchill AVREs. They don't have the same longevity as regular Churchill 7s. They may be both, all those may be Churchills, but the AVRE and the Churchill Crocodile actually have less health, more armor compared to regular Churchills. So they're actually a little bit more fragile than you expect. Well, regular Churchills, they just tank everything. There's a landmine there I thought when I saw. Maybe, yep, there was the landmine. Got blew up by the Panzerstrike. I knew the minesweepers. I was like, I didn't. Was that landmine there or not? But it was. Jaeger Infantry is now falling on back. Raid section's falling back as well. He could try getting some weapon upgrades onto them. They can be upgraded to Vickers K's. Cost 120 missions. Oh, we got the forward observation post. Forward observation post deployed out here. Which now that makes a bit more sense why he's not going for weapon upgrades. Since that's 120 munitions across 3 squads, that's expensive. But no, what's really nice? All of these abilities. This ability is actually very nice. you can get the ever so powerful artillery cover ability. Yes, this ability is still in game, just make it a little bit more difficult to access. Great pan strike shot there. Medicals wise, that's not great. Smoke artillery, actually not bad. It's quite reasonable. Or reconnaissance overflight, not bad. And of course, you got this strafing run here. Single aircraft strafing around, which the Sheer Panzer quarters is still not on the field to shoot it down. Does spot the Sheer Panzer quarters, will get some damage onto it. Doesn't have anything to destroy it with though. And when it comes to the design aspect, when it comes to the forward observation posts, overall, I don't like it. It's an ability to squeeze out more abilities into a doctrine, and I don't like it. It's a way to get past the 5 ability. That's why a lot of the extra abilities on units should be a bit more tailored, scaled down. Like a single like strafing pass on a forward loiter, because this is basically, here's 5 abilities, -1, then add 5 more.
Damned enemies trying to take a point from us.
Especially now where in pyrotechnic squads can also already bring in the smoke artillery, so it's redundant.
Cromwell gun tank ready for action.
Where I go
6-man
Carmel on the
anti-tank
field.
gun finished.
I probably should stop complaining about it. Volksgrenadiers do take a bit of damage there. They do fall back to Jaeger infantry in the background. Getting some good damage, force back one of the squads. These guys can fall back. There's no heavy cover there. The well has been fully destroyed. Oh well. Jaeger infantry now advancing to the kind of warfers nearby. Showing Pioneers move around. Minesweeper is out, so able to spot the landmines. He does spot the Cromwell. Jump Pioneer needs to fall back. Possible they get wiped out. The Kenworth gets one shot on in. The other one does miss. That one appears to miss. And now we do have a single mortar on the field. Good shot there onto the Vickers K. There's only one guy that fire out this way. No guys can fire out this guy. Wait. 1 window on this side and 3 on this side. In other words, he should get out of the garrison and run away.
A capture point is being overrun.
Possibly gets wiped there, but Jaeger infantry not. Oh, never mind. Jaeger infantry not really known to wipe out retreating squads, but in this case, the snipe shot does connect.
Placement under attack.
Now we've got the sector assault being summoned. The Cromwell could be hit here. The mortar placement.
Enemy causing
Oh,
trouble,
it's trying to hit the
take
Bren
more
carrier
of our
first.
points.
The kind of warfare setting on up, trying to get some good shots there. Gets a good hit. No Panzerfaust in the Legion. This is the outside exterior radius. We may see a Panzerfaust onto the Cromwell now. Panzerfaust connects. Good strafe there. Panzerstrike misses. The Panzerstrike hit. That would have killed it off. Throws smoke around with the Cromwell. Very nice. We may see some more anti-infantry strafes. Suppressive fire ability, so we may see anti-tank strafe here.
Placement is being attacked.
Those incendiary grenade on the mortar emplacement. Seeing it's already just came off brace, it should get some good damage onto it. The Sturm Pioneers being ripped apart. They're fully ripped apart in pieces. We do now have a Panzer IV in the build queue for the OKW player. Very nice. Will be perfectly fine versus the Cromwell. He almost enough fuel for another Panzer IV. I do think double Panzer IV is better than going for a single Panther. He canceled the Panzer IV. Don't go for a Panther, please. I can see an argument for King Tiger start getting towards the mechanized HQ, but I don't think a Panther would be super great right now.
The enemy are attacking an emplacement.
Good shot there, and the 3-inch mortar does go down.
An emplacement has been destroyed.
Vickers on the build queue for the British player. He did lose his regular infantry section as well. He did salvage the carcass of the Centaur. And the British player cancels the Vickers and going for the assault officer.
Carrier ready to move on. Cherry infantry firing at us. Cheeky buggers.
We do now have the Cromwell has hold fire turned on for some odd reason. Watch it turn off hold fire. We got our first fall back there. Jaeger infantry do fall back. Okay, to be Panzer IV on the build queue once again. Oh, nice little flare trap. Not very useful anymore. It is a flare that does 0 damage. Great shot there onto the Jaeger infantry. It does get them fully wiped out. It does use heroic charge onto the, onto the intersection. I don't know why I thought heroic charge was a vet 1 ability, but that's just Comp Heroes 1, not 2. Roll some misses there. Assault section push way forward. Assault officer, I should say. We got also the strafing run being brought on in. Gets a great strafe there. It's pinning down both the Jaeger infantry. His HQ is a wooden structure, so it can easily be taken out. Cromwell straight forward. It is slightly wounded, so this Panzer Strike could get some good work done onto it. Does get a bounce on the Panzer IV. Does get a pen there. I don't know if that's enough to be so the Panzer will take out in 3 shots. The Sherman Pioneer needs to fall back now. Gets strafed as well. Does spot the British HQ there. Throws a round into it. It is wooden, like I said, so it's easy to take out. 6-pounder gets a good shot there. Good rear armor hit there. Another pen there. 1 shot and the Panzer IV goes down. And that Panzer IV goes down quite decisively. And with that, the Okuda player does surrender. This is Angrade saying thank you for watching, and on to next replay. Please wait, but I don't want to wait. Let's go on to a 2v2. Oops, not that one. Spectate. Let's see. One of each. And that seems reasonable enough. Greetings everyone, and Great here with another Cup Heroes 2 replay, straight from Live Games Lobby. Spawn bottom left side as the blue British forces, we got a foreign name. Spawn as the yellow Soviet forces, we also got a foreign name. Spawn top right side as the magenta Wehrmacht player, we got We on Simpatico. Spawn as the red OKW player, we got Call Me Love.
The new infantry section is ready for battle.
Just infantry section opener for the British player, which is perfectly fine. We do have tier 1 for the Soviets, going for Penal Squad. You may see an M3 follow up. Munition sector now captured on up. Each section heading up north. Got now the Volksgrenadier on the build queue.
We now have access to KV-8 flamethrower tanks.
And now the Soviet player has selected the Soviet industry tactics, bringing the KV-8, Repair, ZIS, Recon, and the KV-2. Squad does plink the Kuvagan a little bit. Nothing too significant at the moment. Oh, on the right side, we do have the Pioneers in the VP. MG42 providing some fire support. Second Grenadier squad on the build queue. Intersection getting some good damage on the Pioneer, forcing him back. And both of these sections are quite healthy. I don't think if the MG42 can distract the MG42, this intersection could advance to heavy cover, and it will be immune to suppression if it's beyond heavy cover. Or just packs on up and you can try pursuing it. We've got another intersection here. No sound. Looks like the MG42 does not have sound.
Command post is ready.
Let me just check my other computer. I can do follow camera for now. It looks like sound's playing. No, sound's playing. I'm not sure. This is probably something on your side. My apologies. Oh, back to normal. My apologies. When I see something like that, I have to take a look. Volksgrenadiers engaged by some penals. Does get a bit of damage there. Volksgrenadiers straight forward and falls back. Up now a flame car and up straight forward. Gets a good damage there. I didn't see Panzerfaust available. No Panzerfaust available just yet. Volksgrenadiers do fall back. Schwimpioneers getting a bit of damage there. Kuvagan needs to push forward and get some damage on in while the Schwimpioneers draw some fire. Looks like the flamethrowers focusing the guy that's open ground, taking minimal damage. No AoE, no bonus damage.
This is hopeless! Retreat! Combat unit ready.
Gotta turn off my macros to chat back. Sound appears to be working. There we go. Does have an MG42, does get force on back. Need to pull my other chat there. There we go. MG Grenadiers take some damage. Granted, I did only check the sound on Rumble and Twitch, but if it's fine on those two, it's probably fine on YouTube. Got now the M3 pretty forward. Penal Squad firing away, gets a good damage on the Volksgrenadiers. M3 taking a bit of damage there. May see a Panzerfaust there. Nope, no Panzerfaust just yet. M3 falling back and gets some good repairs going. Right now, Red does not have an. Now going for SWS half track. Probably should have done that for a little bit earlier to get a Panzerfaust off to protect himself against the M3. We do have Doctrine Lockman with the Jaeger. Not Jaeger Light Infantry, the Overwatch Doctrine, which includes Jaeger Light Infantry.
Half track is in action. Standing by for setting of command post.
And over here we do have the, we already talked about Soviet Industries, we also got the Mobile Assault Regiment. Penal Squad engaged the Sturm Pioneers. Sturm Pioneers falling back. Penal Squad push way forward.
Commander ability ready.
Penal Squad takes some damage there.
Repair stations are ready for
And now we do have the M3 has gone down. Entry 4-2 flanks does force back both these guys. We have now the intersection with pyrotechnics and 5-man squads active. He probably has a medic at home. Yes, he does. Grenadiers trying to keep his distance. A little bit outnumbered.
Vehicles.
Heavy cover would be a great start, but he trying to keep his distance. Intersection skirmishing around.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
Mortar set on up, firing away. Grenadiers force on back. Intersection firing away. Grenadiers do get displaced. I hear the M1 AT gun or the M6-pounder firing against something. What it is, I'm not sure.
Our territory.
Ancient 4-2 game force them back with units behind heavy cover. They don't take any suppression.
Panzer Grenadiers standing by.
Or more precisely, the suppression rate is recovered faster than they receive it.
Losing a sector.
Panzer Grenadiers now pulled on the field. Up north, we do have the Engineers and Penals engage the Volksgrenadiers. Some of them getting out of range, though.
Supply sector under attack.
Entry 4-2 firing away. Got the Pioneer Squad take some fire. Does get forced on back. Mortar smoke there. Very nice. I love when something smokes up the MG. Even though it's just a capture M242. Perfectly fine by that. Panzer Grenadiers push away forward. Going to get some great damage. There's a possibility this intersection gets wiped on out. Does fall back there. And we'll capture the VP. Sound like a mortar emplacement. No, that's too circular. Was that a Bofors emplacement? No, looks like that was a mortar emplacement. It seemed a little bit too circular for mortar emplacement. Great stun grenade there onto the Penals for stunning them, not necessarily suppressing them. Great mortar hit there, annihilates both Penal squads. That trench, that little bit of trench there, is their grave. And the bodies are now minced up by that mortar. Panzer Grenadiers and Red Grenadiers pushing along the flank, trying to displace his opponent. But this mortar of his already did that. Already fetched C2. 10 kills. We now have the mortar placement established there. Grenadiers falls on the back. Recovery sappers and pyrotechnic squad push way forward.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
Good hits there on this mortar, severely wounding it. Need to fall back. Veteran C2 is a pretty nice veteran C level, but will get wiped. No, it's down to 2 members there. Bundle grenade there, splashed the intersection. He did not retreat back into it. Grenadiers, he ripped apart. Most of it does get wiped on out there.
Infantry squad has been killed.
The Wehrmacht player's the only one who's not selected Doctor just yet. M42 firing away. Got some shoe mines being built up here. The Volks laying down some sandbags there. MG42 set up there. Could use some reinforcements. And now Magenta has selected the doctrine. It is Jaeger Infantry Doctrine.
Defensive anvil tactics are ready to be used
So
by
could
all
go
units.
for some G43 Panzer Grenadiers, as well as G43 Grenadier. Ambush camouflage can be quite nice. Do now have a split trench now blowing the field. Up north, the Kenworth by red, very nice. Do have supply trucks blowing the field. Do know as well, supply trucks do not affect your teammate. Look at the resource different. Got a recon overflight there, very nice. It is perfectly acceptable to place down a truck on top of a munitions or fuel sector, since you can't necessarily improve that. But if you want to be nice to your teammate, you build a truck or you build some caches. In 2v2s, a cache and a truck will effectively provide the same amount of income. Got income of a supply truck, which supplies the income both of munitions and a fuel cache. You just yourself, or you can go for missions cache and provide the missions cache income for both you and your teammate. Panzer Shrek, also a plunder grenade there. Panzer Grenadiers take a bit of damage here. Don't think it's a good idea from both Panzer Shreks this early. Pack 43 or Pack 40 would be nice. Yes, tier 2 in the field as well, and decent amount of resources. You could probably get Battle Phase 2 researched.
The mortar team has been killed.
Got triple penal squad now deployed in the field.
We are ready to build it or blow it.
KV-8 now in the build queue. Nope. Piece of debris got kicked off the map. Another mortar emplacement. Triple mortar emplacement. Oof. How nasty. He does only have 1 6-pounder in the field. At this current rate, he probably should go for a Firefly, because infantry's not going to be advanced all too well in this region. Though the Axis players do have the central VP captured, and the VPs are equal at the exact moment. And no longer exactly equal at this moment. KV-8 now deployed in the field. With triple mortar emplacement with TV, I don't think the KV-8 is probably a great option. He also is going to be floating up a lot of munitions. You can always build some take a bit of munitions and manpower for a repair station though. Now got the Sturm Pioneer falling back on being melted. The Kenworth is trying to push way forward. Lots of mortar hits there. Looks like the Kenworth 1 will go down. Does the other one gets a bounce on the KV-8. KV-8 does decrew that one the Kenworth. These guys are going to try to charge forward and get it resecured, but there are too much stuff here. He needs to fall back. And gets wiped there on the Jaeger infantry. He's using the high explosive barrage, the high yield barrage from the mortar emplacements. Ugh. If the British players are constantly miking these mortar placements, anything that saves for view is going to get wiped out. Reconnaissance overflights could be very nice for his British teammate. Couple good hits there. Got now the Panzer Grenadiers falling on back. Got a booby trap there.
Kettenwerfer ready.
Another Mechanowarfare deployed in the field, not big surprise. Now I got smoke being summoned. We have a drop Panzer track there. Capturing infantry 42 in a pretty cinematic position with all of that brush there. Pioneers, luckily they moved a little bit there before they got annihilated by all the mortars.
Return fire! Return fire! Target hit! Combat promotion!
Mechanowarfare is pushing their way forward. Yellow did claim that one Mechanowarfare. Got a pen there. Macy of Panzerfaust. Panzerfaust does not manage to connect. Good damage there. We do have got some PTRS fire to complement the KV-8 and the mortars. With the amount of mortar placements in the field, they have to deny the Kron's overflights. I think a flak half track would be not half bad. Another KV and the build cube for yellow. Excuse me. Got a regular Churchill on the field, a nice frontline unit. More emplacement, not getting braced. Did take a bit of a volley there.
Combat unit ready.
We do also have a Tellermine here. That could be quite nice. We've got now a Wehrmacht Panzer IV in the build cube. So the Churchill, I think, still could be a little bit better.
We have a new Panzer IV.
Good pen there. Panzer track does connect as well. Churchill finds a landmine. We do also have a Bofors over here as well. Make some good damage there. Massive hit on the Volks. They need to fall back. And it almost looks like Red is AFK. Does lose a Volks. But can work or KB's push way forward. That other Volks I think got wiped out. Yeah, Kron's the build queue. That's actually would make some good sense here. Pack 40 in a reserve position. Does get a bounce there. KVAs will have trouble versus the Sheer transporters. There's good pen there. Yeah, Kron's push way forward. Got a number of penal PTRSs push way forward. They could push with some satchel charges. Obersauces will be nice. Got MG34 here. Many hits there. KV-8 does go down. We may see a couple satchel charges here. One. A lot of suppression there. Two satchel charges. Which is enough to take out the sheer panzer quarters. But has the Panzer upon field? Probably best if Red either go for no, probably left 18 to help deal with all the mortar emplacements and all the other emplacements. Magenta probably needs to make use of more light artillery barrages than the strafing run. Bounce there. Churchill's a hard counter Panzer IVs. Trying to go to the rear armor there. Does take a pen there from the 6-pounder. Panzer IV does go down. Goes one grenade there onto the 6-pounder, but does roll a miss. Gets a couple pens there. Falls on the back. Trying to go for that Panzer Grenadier, does not get him. And the mortar does get decrewed as well. Yeah, I think right now red needs to go for Left 18. Magetta's trying to go for tier 4. Brumbars maybe good at the moment. Maybe Panzerwerfers? Against that many mortar placements, infantry is just going to disintegrate. Yeah, Panzer gets a good shot there, trying to finish him off. Does finish off the KV-8 there, giving red a lot more breathing room. He does have a SW's half track, making mechanized excuses, going to be eyeing for King Tiger. But like I said, Left 18 may be better at this option. I'm not saying the Soviet player I'm more concerned about. It's about the British player's 3 mortar emplacements. Got the Jagdpanzer that gets plinked a little bit there. Soviet player did go for an unusual build to say the least. I will give you that. With the double KV-8 and Pinot PTRS. There goes a Kubelwagen. Obersatzen probably pretty useful against the Pinot PTRSs. Jägerline infantry wouldn't be half bad either. But I think at this point in time, Obersatzen's the way to go. And I still believe he needs a Left 18. Secures the mortar. Gotta make sure those mortars are spread out. Don't get splash damage. Bofors will cause some issues. Smoking out would be handy. And light artillery barrage, that would be pretty nice. Panzer Grenadiers to fall back there. 17 or pack 4 engaging. Rifle grenade to the slit trench. Gets a decent hit there, nothing too great though. And looks like the pack 4 is actually forced on the ground, rolling some misses. That was the sheer Panzerquarters that went down there. Too many supply trucks. It only affects yourself, not your teammate. And at this point in time, you don't need 5 fuel caches worth of income. Plus, there's already a fuel cache on the field. Yellow should not have been built that many supply trucks, that's for sure. 88 munitions income when he's not using Recon Overflight 24/7. And he won't make much use of the additional fuel as well. He's already... The biggest problem right now is manpower. Another light artillery barrage and mortar hits there onto the Bofors, trying to deal with it. Of course, Grace does recharge pretty quickly. Churchill pushes way forward. Got a number of Panzertrucks, or a Panzertruck in the region. Maybe a Panzerfaust could be quite handy if he gets a good shot onto it, like he did. Though he needs a bit more damage, he won't get the snare. That may get him the snare with the 2 Panzertruck shots. Nope, it was not enough. Nice bit of smoke there. Does force by the ground, misses, and takes up the Pack 40. Panzerwolf from the build queue. I think a Brumbar may be a little bit better, give him a bit more frontline sustain. I have no idea though. The best thing I would just say is his teammate needs to pull out Left 18. He has enough resources now for one. Pack 4 gets a good shot there. Looks like, oh, just through the grenade, wipes out the Pack 40. To a certain extent, it's a little bit more on the RNG side. Problem is, going for a Panzerwerfer as well, maybe not great either, since it can easily be do nothing with a single brace. We got now a KV-2 pull on the field. Churchill does take a pretty good hit there. problem is any sort of static weapons like Pak-40s that would be useful against everything here just gets annihilated by those mortar placements. KV-2 took some hits there. The Jagdpanzer is still going to be very useful for this. Good hits there. Now a light artillery barrage on that slit trench. We've already got another slit trench here. A Panther, probably a good option. Allow him to at least assault the Bofors and the Churchill. It's one of those situations like, how could you have let these both motor places get out of control like this? Sort of situation. Right now, the British player is at pop cap, so can only really afford a single Churchill and AT gun. So, oh no, and the looks like the Rogers did pick up some Brens, not Piats. I think some Piats would be in order. He also has a large amount of munition supply as well. No real doctrinal abilities, so it's fine for him to throw some munitions at the opponent. Maybe some Mills bombs could be a possibility.
Jerry has 300 points remaining.
The British player probably should take those Royal Engineers to start building landmines everywhere, because he has no real doctrinal ability for it. Eagle Infantry does take a bit of a burst there. Gunner rolls a bounce there. Jagdpanzer rolls a bounce as well. And now his teammate's trying to help out his teammate, which is actually probably a good idea since he's going to run into a pile of mortars. KV-1 still full health. Bundle grenade on the Penals. Retreats back a little bit too early. Now we've got a Super Safus, which is nice and all, but I think the extra range of the Left 18 could be a little bit better against the mortar placements. And increased standard fire can help him go through brace. But right now, all the mortars hitting this region. Now got the Magenta Panther trying to pursue the Churchill. Gets a good pen there. One more pen's done for. Lining up force on the ground. Rolls a miss there. Gotta keep on pursuing. It's perfectly safe. Just be careful about any landmines, which we don't see in Farkasovich. Needs prioritized fire turned on. And heat grenade does connect, but no engine crit. Super Safus Barrage ranging on in. Not a really good barrage.
Panzer Grenadiers standing by.
Another squad of Panzer Grenadier, or that's Jaeger Command Squad. It said the command of the audio line was Panzer Grenadier, right? I think I'm just going crazy. Good amount of repairs there for that one Churchill. The Churchill just killing a lot of frontline capability, that's for sure. Deep sections in slit trenches. Of course, got the Captain MG42 here. The British player is dug in hard. It's one of the few times where I say Left 18s are probably the answer. KV-2 does roll a miss there. If the Soviet wants to help the British player dug in, he could probably set up the KV-2 in siege mode around here, maybe? But having the Soviet player pushing forward like this keeps the player on the defense, preventing him to help out his teammate with the mortar infestation. Churchill firing some shots there. KV-2 does take some pens. Which it is Panthers now heading down south for the winter.
A mortar team has been killed.
Good pens there on the Churchill. Blue's doing a good job stockpiling resources at the moment. Looks like the Churchill's a little bit stuck or trapped there. You can also use the vehicle crew repair ability. He has plenty of munitions for it. Jagdpawns are creeping his way forward. Jagdpawns does get spotted by the reconnaissance overflight. Yes, reconnaissance overflight is very critical right now because it provides a lot of good spotting for all the British mortars. Like I said, it's one of the best abilities in the entire game, the reconnaissance overflight. I think it'd be a good idea for the Okada player to also go for a flak half track. Going for that sheer panzer quarters, I'm not sure for what exactly. Took Fuß barrage. And the British and the Soviet player does dodge it. Got a good shot there. Jaeger light infantry does fall back. Penal squad is straight forward. A lot of mortars running on in. Great hits there on the Japan's Grenadiers. Great shot there. We do now have the sector assault being brought on in, but nothing really capitalized taking out the KV-2. Churchill's rotating around. Oh, Sasa does fall back, gets a decent pen there. And now the Panther's starting to fall back, takes a good damage. It is strafing around there. Got a high explosive hit there onto the Panther.
We have a fresh half track at our disposal.
They have not made any sort of scratch to the British player. He has a lot of resources stockpiled up. Does he have a forward HQ? At this point in time, he could go for a forward retreat point. He has the resources to invest into it. Siege mode now active by the KV-2. Very nice. Looks like he may be force find the ground there. It's hard to tell exactly. Bofors force find the ground there. Panzer for barrage rained on in. Not doing great damage for there with the Bofors. And since the Bofors can force find the ground, he's able to basically ignore the smoke. Got these Pinos charging way forward, trying to PTRS down some stuff. Sheer Pan support is ready for some fire support. Does get the sheer war from half track. Like I said as well, I think left 18 is the way to go right now. The British player somehow squeezed out another Bofors. No, that's the same one. What's this? Has this one always been here?
IL-2 ready for reconnaissance.
We got a... Look, what appears to be a British demolition charge. It's glowing blue. But what could have laid that? It has to be the Soviet one. Even though it shows like a blue effect there. Yeah, Collins is possibly in range. Think for the follow. Simply call me Joe. Welcome to the stream. We do now have the Jaeger Infantry squad does fall back. KV-2 is currently veteran C2.
Stand by, crew.
What if there's a line sight blocker preventing actual firing? It could be just out of vision range by red. Sometimes hard to tell from this angle. But does get spotted there. Let's see, does Soviet player PTRSs? The aircraft immediately got shot down, which is actually quite good. Vents the mortar barrage is nice to use what limited information he has. Opus and MG34 heading down south. No, the VP could be decaptured right now. Red is gone for a flat cap track. Did I just hear something get destroyed? I think the British player scuttled one of his mortar emplacements. Maybe trying to guess 17. No, 75 is taking a lot of population space. Not sure why he scuttled it.
The enemy have destroyed a forward position.
I guess scuttling the Bofors on the Soviet side of the map.
Lines broken.
Bofors firing away, 70-pounder, or not 75, 6-pounder having trouble getting angle. Churchill now advancing, a light artillery barrage raining on in.
Enemy causing trouble.
Land mattress, so the scuttle mortar emplacement for land mattress, very nice.
RE sappers reporting in.
North got these squads. They do fall back away from the Jaeger Light Infantry and the Oberstdorf. But here, a Panzerwerfer barrage reading somewhere. Does get a lot of misses there overall. Sure, the Bofors took some hits, but nothing too significant anything else.
Field recovery teams are ready to salvage vehicles.
Does take a double pen there. Panther blitzing on out of there. Good pen there.
Land mattress artillery on the way.
Some pens there on the KV-2. Does force him back. Here our land mattress barrage. Looks like it's raining in somewhere over here. Splashing a little bit of everything.
Our capture point. They're trying to take it.
Jaeger Infantry getting some shots there onto the Panzerwerfer. Volkswagens to pick some hits as well. Now we've got the Churchill push away forward. Good hits there on the Jaeger Light Infantry. Jaeger Commander, push way forward. KV-2 and Kino PTRS is advancing. Volks do not go down. Hit something large and visible right here. Jagdpanzer push way forward. Got the Oberstdorf in as well. Oberstdorf takes a pretty good splash hit there. Getting pens there. We do now have the penal squads blitzing the way forward. Shroom Pioneers push right forward, but they're unfetted. Does take a little bit of damage there. Does the force back there. They did have the support of the Inspire Infantry. Mortar getting forced back as well. Oh wait, where did all these T-34s come from? He has building a reserve of T-34 76s that can help him punch through pretty handedly. And here comes the sector assault. Suksafu's barrage reading somewhere. Again, he's trying to hit the KV-2. It's okay versus vehicles, but you shouldn't prioritize it. Oh, that booby trap doesn't go off, but the garrison's meant to blow up is now gone. Over here, Panther trying to break his way forward once again, trying to deal with his Bolfers. Got a 6-pounder and Churchill once again. Churchill's now Vessel C3. Pantrax do get a pen and bounce on the Churchill. Light artillery barrage running on in as well. Wilson Pioneer does get wiped on out. Grenadiers do fall back. Gets a bit of misses there. Got now the KV-2 pushing forward. Just got this artillery barrage running somewhere, a Panzer Warfare barrage. Those just splashed a little bit of everything, nothing too significant. Had to push right forward, not repair it on up. Does pick a pen there from the 6-pounder. Oh, and looks like this guy took some damage. J34 does have the armor-piercing scenic rounds there. Does get a pen there of the Jagdpanzer. He knows straight forward. I think the gun itself is almost destroyed. Bounce there. Jagdpanzer falling back. Churchill does not engage. Pack 40 having trouble against the Bofors replacement. Here comes a Land Mattress barrage. Does take out the Pack 40. Up north, got the Nub Warfare barrage, not Nub Warfare, Warfare and half-track, Stukes of Foos barrage. Jägerline straight forward, does fund the flak half-track a little bit there. Pino PDRs is getting splashed a little bit there, so the scope rifles will start picking off these models pretty reliably. Problem is the KV-2 is straight forward, does sprint its way forward, does get a miss there. Jagdpanzer creeping its way forward, needs to turn off the camouflage, doesn't need to creep forward like that. Grenadiers heading some map as well. We do now have these intersections inside the fleet trenches firing away. Goes out a bundle grenade there.
Enemy action has destroyed our
This
forward
flash
position.
within the Panzer Grenadiers. They do fall back now.
Enemy threatening a capture point.
Panzer Warfare barrage raining in.
Emplacement under attack.
Does a bit of damage here. Jagdpanzer does get a pin there onto the
Land mattress rocket
KV-2.
artillery crew been killed.
And we got the aircraft being shot down there. Land mattress does get decrewed. Right now, the British player also have a massive float of resources. T-34, 7634. Panthers were almost exposed. That's not good. The Jagdpanzer quick goes on down there. If the Cannon Warfare trying to fire support, he needs to activate Blitzkrieg, as well as moving these gates to reduce target size. Being a lot of misses there. Churchill push right forward. Main gun destroy crit on the Panther. Panther does go down to the Vet 3 Churchill. Churchill back on off, got a number of forces there. Getting some bounces, some pens, trying to go with Panzerfaust off, but man, it's a Vet 3 Churchill, so give enough time, its engine will be automatically repaired. Goes up with smoke there. I don't think that was really necessary. Just reverse on back. And now there goes the engine crit.
We're losing a capture point.
6 Freeze Barrage raining on in. Here's some damage to some of these more emplacements. Right, let's push way forward in the center of the map. Flat cap track as well. I hear a Panzerwerfer Barrage raining somewhere. Way over here. Rocket grenade fired. Now got these forces on falling back. Now the Eagle squads blitzing the way forward. Does take out the flat capture, so now it's reconnaissance air overflights can come in. Will be shot down by the Street Transports. Got the Panzerwerfer or the Land Mattress Barrage engaging over here. Land Mattress is trying to get some shots in the Churchills. One fire going down. Could see a Panzerfaust there, at least slow him down a little bit. Won't get a permanent engine crit. There's no frag grenade there. Those wipe up both of the Kenilworthers. I don't know if that main gun crit can be repaired. Done to the engine, not to the gun. The Icons are trying to fire some shots there, but looks like Churchill will just keep on out of there. Panther pushes way forward.
The enemy are attacking an emplacement.
Good pen there onto the Panther. Trying to hit some of these mortar emplacements. Panzer's getting pinned down. They're about to get crushed. They got crushed. Panther about to going down here. Trying to get the brace mortar. Does not take it out though. Here comes 6 Freeze Barrage. Does not take out the mortar.
Position has been destroyed.
Panzerwerfer Barrage running in. Jägerline tree forward. Panzerwerfer Barrage
Under attack.
does not take out the mortar. Both mortars are severely
Enemy
wounded.
threatening a capture point.
Another Panzerwerfer Barrage running on in. Takes out one mortar. The other one stays alive. Vegeta has pretty much nothing left. Well, still could be a good item right now. Or the best item he can put on the field. Followed by a Pioneer. Of course, doesn't have enough fuel for even for a Stug. Does get an engine crit there on the Churchill. Got another Bofors emplacement trying to be established here. Does get built, and we'll report the infantry units. What is left of Magenta's infantry units. Land Master's Barrage getting pretty decent barrage. Relatively close range to those. Scout is pretty tight. Massive damage on the Jagdpanzer. KV-8 has plenty of health. Now got the Penal Squads pushing forward. I think they may be able to take out the Jagdpanzer. Looks like not. Schumpeter's could get a stun grenade off. Jäger infantry and does I think the Panzerwerfer Barrage running in here. Man, my frame rate's not handling this all too well. There's been so many high explosives. I can never get decent frame rates while recording. Panzerwerfer Barrage running on in.
An emplacement is being attacked.
Somehow those engineers did not take any damage, except for Brand with the combat engineer. Again, we're first to get the pen down the KV-2. Does take a Panzerfaust shot there, and a Mechanism shot. Good shot there on the Mechanism. Could see a pyrotechnic flare over here. I wonder if he has hammer or anvil. I actually don't know. Oh wait, we know he's got anvil, so he does have access to the airburst rounds to at this point. Both for to part those units. The icons are rules of bounds. He does have access to a single anti-tank strafe, which is going to be a little bit hard to pull off. Light artillery barrage being brought on in.
The enemy are attacking an
Incendiary barrage there. I think there's also that's the light artillery barrage over here. Decrews the land mattress. Maybe the Soviet player, no, Soviet player's max of population as well. He has a pretty good reserve of T-34s for them. So he can probably just push forward and win the game. And my voice already cracked up. A little bit too early for my voice to crack up. And now the MG42 or 34 falls back there. Grenade there, decent grenade there. Satchel charge here. Not as great as the grenade. Panzer Warfare barrage over here. Trying to destroy the mortar. Another Jagdpanzer for red. Not entirely half bad idea. Probably best if I'm going to go for another Panther at this point in time. Get a Pioneer out now. Let's go for double Panzergrenadiers. Just go for one. Does get the bounce there. Grenadiers take a bit of fire.
We have been assigned fresh Panzergrenadiers.
More land mattress barrage is raining on in. Jagdpanzer 34. Got now a Panzer Warfare barrage over here. Another incendiary barrage. Hits that comes here quite well. As well as this Royal Engineer. Lots of hits there on the Churchill, but a lot of bounces. But now a lot of pens.
The squad of pioneers has
Good hits there. Panzergrenadiers do get wiped out there. We've got a large artillery barrage onto the Bofors. The British player has over 2,000 manpower and a pop cap. Looks like the KV-2 is setting on up for siege mode. Siege mode's pretty nice on the KV-2. I think people should use it a bit more often. I can understand why in 1v1s people don't go for it. Too slow. Does take out the Bofors. Good hit there on the Grenadiers. The Jaeger Infantry squad does get forced back as well. Got an artillery flare there, very nice. Yellow's T-34s are not pushing way forward. take some hits over here. One of those freaking orcs falling back, or both of them. Just one. Double Yagons push way forward. Landmaster's barrage is raining on in. The central VP is kind of neutral. They should probably capture that. Gonna work for take some hits. Lots of artillery, of course, raining on in. Down south, got now the Olmsasson does get forced back by the Bofors. Suxafu's barrage raining on in. Hands Warfare barrage raining on in next. Got all those forces now falling back. Do now have the light artillery barrage hitting the Bofors as well. Drop Bren there. Now got the aircraft flying over. Constant overflight. Also miss there. Here comes Panzer Warfare barrage. Need some hits on everything. 6-pounder shots there onto the Jagdpanzers.
The enemy has 75 points remaining. You appear suited for command.
Hammer's trying to displace that Bofors. Oak player trying to push along this flank, but now the Soviet player push up north, basically unprotected the VP up here. Excuse me. Some hits there onto the Bofors. Got the Grenadiers take some damage. Grenadiers do fall back. Got now the Yagons take some shots there. More of the Landmaster's barrage is raining on in. Suxafu's barrage raining on in. Does get some hits on everything. And my frame rate's dipping even lower. I can never make this game look multiple. McKenna Warfare's falling back. We do have now a Panzer Warfare barrage raining on in, hitting this general area. And those the Bofors is force fire on the ground. Up north, we do now have the Jagdpanzer take some hits there. It's a pen return. We do now have the Sector Assault coming on in. Does get some hits there onto the KV-2. Panzerfaust may come forward. All the penal squads falling back. Good hits there. Does take a pen there. No church on the build queue.
We have taken the enemy down to 50 points.
Panther heading up down south. Got these forces a little bit idle there. T-34's reserve, push way forward. Does get bounces and misses there. Double Cannon Warfare gets a good double tap there on one of those guys. You can always try to ram with that guy. That guy can no longer ram. Light artillery barrage being brought on in. He should have used saved up for the strafe. T-34-76 is now trying to displace these McKenna Warfers. This other one's going to be taken out pretty quickly. While I can take time to destroy the guns.
Enemy forces are attempting
Oh,
to
does spot
capture
the
our
SW's half track, takes it out. Churchill here has 50 kills.
The enemy is taking what
Oh,
we
got
have
engine
secured.
crit there. Was there a landmine?
Reestablish our supply lines.
It looks like the Axis players have surrendered. This ain't great saying anything, watching, and on to the next replay. Before I get started next replay, I'm going to take time and restart the game, because this game still bleeds like VRAM like crazy. In the meantime, while that's closing, I'm going to double check on something. He says he couldn't hear anything, so that's giving me. Same longevity as regular troll. Yep, I could hear stuff, so I'm not sure what was going on with him. So I just had to double check that. And is this done? There we go. And please give a moment to use the restroom.
Sega.
My apologies, I'm back. And probably have time for one more replay today. Let's find another 2v2. And hopefully it doesn't get like all crazy. I haven't done anything with US today, so maybe this one will be good. Hopefully good enough. Also gonna bring up Task Manager. And I never know what exactly Copy Heroes 2 eats my resources. This Firefox eating a lot of memory. Web browsers tend to do that. There's always a bunch of bloated functions. I wonder if this one's consuming the most. What if I were to kill this window here? Hello. Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Copy Heroes 2 replay. Spawn bottom side as the yellow USF player. We got Tom BR. Spawn as his Soviet ally, blue Soviet allies. We got Jew Louis 4. No idea how to pronounce that. Spawn as the red Wehrmacht player. We got Markina. And spawn as the magenta Wehrmacht player. We got Sky Greener, who's not in green. We do have 3 doctrines immediately locked in. We've got the Assault Support Doctrine, the Heavy Cav Doctrine, and the Lend-Lease Tactics Doctrine. Either way, we got a Grenadier opener over here. We do have an MG42 skip going straight for Grenadiers. Not bad. The blue Soviet player is just going for conscripts. And yellow is going for riflemen. Rifle squad did pull out some sandbags. Pioneers can easily get forced back by the riflemen. Grenadiers who get behind some good heavy cover there, firing away. We got this one squad push way forward. This garrison only has one window this way, so the Grenadiers will easily win out the fight. Additionally, heavy cover is better than garrison cover, and if they had the same type of cover, usually it's a 50-50 coin flip between Rifleman squad and Grenadiers at max range. We've got now another right squad push way forward. Conscripts get a nice little flank there, so it should go quite well for the allies. Right squads just charge forward. Another squad of Grenadiers here. If the right squad just charge for the heavy cover, they'll be in just fine position. Now we've got MG42 here. I don't think the US player is getting frag grenades researched. MG4 to set up on this flank. Rifle squad trying to get inside this garrison before hopping on the far side. Got another Grenadier squad here. This flank's gonna hit pretty hard. Conscripts move forward, just probably get behind some good heavy cover. Rifle squad just fall back behind some good heavy cover as well, but took some damage there as well. Was a captain or lieutenant? Lieutenant on the build queue.
The lieutenant has been assigned to field ops.
And this rifle squad quite wounded, does fall back there. May want to go for a could go for a captain as well. Get both officers up and running. Conscripts will get overrun by these Grenadiers.
Cover our men. The Germans just cut off our supply lines.
MG42 inside the garrison.
Yeah, ready.
Rifle squad and lieutenant pushing way forward. Conscripts weren't technically behind cover there, but the Grenadiers were quite wounded. Got the Russian squad inside this garrison now. Decent number of windows on this side from the far away from. And he's also distracting the MG42 as well. Note that the MG42 is now firing towards this rifle squad. Very good. Didn't get distracted by the Russian squad. Conscripts will get some damage on the MG42. I hear the lieutenant. There's the lieutenant engaging the Grenadiers. The lieutenant himself goes down, so the Thompson's no longer firing. Conscripts behind some good heavy cover there. Rifle squads do fall back there. Now got a US mortar on the field, trying to displace this MG42. The Russian squad does fall back now. Now looks like the rifle squad did not fall back there, managed to recover from suppression. Grenadiers could get wiped out, they do not. Rifle grenade fired onto the rifleman. He was behind some heavy cover and does manage to dodge a little bit there while maintaining heavy cover, taking minimal damage. It's been it's sort of been a while since I've seen Lend-Lease. And heavy cab's always a good idea. It's always a nice option to have. Now got the Grenadiers advancing. Panzer Grenadiers here. We do now have a M20 and ambulance on the build queue for the US player. I can see the ambulance. He's been having a lot of wounded units. Utility core is quite nice as well. We hear the mortar firing away. Rifle grenade there. Lieutenant does eat it quite hard. Mortar trying to fire away. Conscripts coming from a nice little flank. I think some guys are probably flanking. Some guys are probably not flanking. Good mortar hit there. And now here comes the utility car as well. He may try to wipe him out, but has to be careful of a Talon mine, since he's pushing to Wehrmacht rounds. Does get a full wipe there. Very nice. Now we got the Panzerstreck retaliating. It's a good hit there. Conscripts are nearby to help protect. And of course, the Conscripts could try for some repairs, trying to lay down landmine, but should be in vision range relatively soon.
All sectors. Ability
Does stop booming the landmine there, and does cancel it there. Flamethrower does inside the garrison. Utility car needs to keep on falling back. Russian squad hoping repairs. And the Pioneer's getting melted. There's a little bit of damage on the utility car. A bit more than a little bit now. Rifleman squad could try to take the rifle grenade off. Looks like they will not in the range. Thought he would be in range. Anti rifle grenade is being fired off now. Got this rifle squad here. Firing away. This rifle squad could get wiped on out. Lieutenant does go for bazooka. Mortar looks to be hitting the MG42 rather shortly with a high explosive barrage, not smoke barrage. Now I've got a M5 deployed in the field. The quad half track is better. Panzerfaust does connect. AT grenades, no AT grenades. Does get caught in reloading. Does finish off the quad, but gets abandoned. I don't think he realized he got it abandoned, or maybe he did. But that can be recovered. Lieutenant here getting forced on back. Utility car may wipe out the Panzer Grenadier. Lieutenant goes down. Panzer Grenadiers may go down. Got the Grenadiers way over here. And there goes the Panzer Grenadier. Nice little pick there. So I suppose losing a Panzer Grenadier versus a Lieutenant with bazooka is an equal trade. We do now have a Dishka deployed in the field. There's also a reason why my mod, I made this for the Lend-Lease auction, a 50 cal rather than Dishka, because it's Lend-Lease. Rifle Squad does fall back there, should be able to escape on out of there. Do have some heavy cover and light cover here. The quad is getting repaired up by the Column Engineers.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
2-2 firing away. They just aimed around the utility car. Conscripts rotating around. Good volleys there into the utility car. Nice little mortar hit there. Quad half track rotating around. And now these Grenadiers are falling on back. 2-2 is quite wounded. Could get picked on off. He's paying close enough attention to it. Grenadiers will not be chased down. And Red's heading back up north. 2-2 over here, quite damaged. So both 2-2s need to fall back, get some repairs. Cal firing away. Grenadiers may get a Panzerfaust on the quad half track. Looks like it does. Rifle grenade, not Panzerfaust. Captain has been put on the field as well, so he's gone for both Captain and Lieutenant. So M1AT guns are now also available. Good rifle grenade there. So he's gone for both unlock Magnetized HQ and as well as going for Captain. Grenadiers there to fall back. Grenadiers do go down. Grenadiers pushing along the flank. Utility car laying down a landmine, very nice. That's a Treadbuster landmine. So if anything doesn't die to it, we'll be completely immobile. Flamethrower and conscript way forward. Conscripts trying to get some damage there on the Panzer Grenadiers. They could try merchant onto the combat engineers as well. Does fall back entirely. Combat engineers taking some damage here. Utility car and rifle squad push along the flank with an M1AT gun. Quad abstract push way forward, but they've got Pack 40 here to support. Good shot there, and with the 2-2 with the support of the Pack 40, knew it can charge forward. And does finish off the quad half track again. Looks like a grenade has been thrown there. I think the US player has researched pineapples. Yes, he has researched the spicy pineapples. Our squad does fall back there.
All done over here. Boy, you ready to roll out?
Oh, sorry, I don't know how to read that. We do have the utility car now going down. Rifle captain does get fully suppressed by the strafing run. We got the strafing run loiter. So the player up north has quite a bit of free grounds. You can start capturing on up. Going for Thompsons on this assault guards. And with this aircraft loading around, it's going to be hard for Yell to get outside of his base. Up here, we got the 2-2 firing against the conscripts. We've also got tier 4 being rebuilt by Blue as well. Some early T-476 wouldn't be that bad. Baseball can go from early 76mm Sherman. Fragmentation grenade thrown in the retreat. Okay, damage there. I probably won't be casting anything next. It's probably gonna be my last cast for today. But I cannot speak. I can already feel my voice going out, so I'm probably gonna call it early midnight. Grenadiers taking some damage there. Those little Molotov here, and the Grenadiers do fall back. Over here, got the captain engaged with a 2-2 at close range. Reaction squad push way forward. Back forward, back him off, and there's a tread buster. And there goes the 2-2. Did I just hear a smoke grenade? I think it was going to fire the smoke. Assault guards move around trying to engage the Panzer Grenadiers. Conscripts pushing to the center of the map. We do have the Dishka here, which can do some damage to the 2-2. We'll have to use armor piercing rounds to get any serious damage onto it. Both those squads falling back. We do now have the reaction squad throws out smoke grenade. Conscripts and combat engineers pushing way forward. We do have an MG42 just got packed on up. The LMG Grens in the area as well. And now got the Grenadiers getting ripped apart. They just got upgraded the LMG as well. Flamethrower squad does fall back. Riot squad keeps his distance. Over here, do now have the captain firing out a smoke grenade. Rifle squad gets annihilated by a rifle grenade. And now this squad is getting hit by both these squads. He could throw out another rifle grenade if he so chooses. But now they'll spot the Panzer IV deploy on the field, force back the captain. Also got another Panzer IV on the field. So all of a sudden, 2 Panzer IVs just showed on up. Yellow going for double M180 gun. That's quite understandable. He does not. Oh, he does have the major on the field, but very far away from the Sherman tank. Which he may just save it for the Pershing, it's hard to tell. And Blue right now does have tier 4. Could go for T-36. S-85 wouldn't be half bad with the 2 Panzer IVs. He abandons the ambulance there. Good AT gun shot there. Does take out the squad there, I believe. Ambulance does go down. Ambulance could have withstood a shot at 80 State Garrison, but he did not. Anti-tank or 2 AT grenades connect. These guys could get crushed. As for rolls, he miss. This gun right here. This one's being redeployed up north.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points. Supply line just got cut off.
Does fire a smoke round, smoke grenade.
Now ready.
Rifle grenade, he does avoid it. Good mortar hit there. And 180 gun advancing. Nothing much here to stop the Grenadiers. Got the Major, which is not great in combat. A Russian squad with Minesweepers, also not great in combat. And a Mortar, which is also not great. The US Mortar is just not good.
Heavy machine gun team ready for order.
Good pen there onto the Panzer IV. Does use Sable rounds there, which is not really necessary versus Wehrmacht tanks, Austere tanks. Landmine being built there.
Panzer IV, ready.
Looks like he destroyed the landmine. T-34-76 now on the field by the Soviet player, not a bad idea.
Enemy is taking our
You
territory.
can always go for the Sherman 76 a little bit later. Assault guards do take a nice little hit there. Both sides missing and bouncing.
Enemy forces are neutralizing.
Another bounce there. Does take a pen there. And does get a pen there. Misses there. Of course, T-34 versus Panzer IV always seems like RNG fest. This gun gets a good shot. Cal now sitting on up. Rifle grenade looks like it to be fired, was unsuccessful. Nice bit of AoE suppression there. Mortar range a little bit short. Does use armor piercing rounds there. 6-pounder or M118 gun gets a good shot there. And we've got the fragmentation bombs being summoned. Takes up the 50 cal.
We lost a gun crew.
One shot until death. He force fire the ground there, rolls and miss. Does use take aim. And does roll another miss there.
Just lost a unit.
T-30-76 will not be pursuing the Panzer IV any further.
Unit ready for action.
Now we've got Rangers spawning in the field by the US player. He's out of a rifleman. That's not good. Pretty low munitions as well, so probably should just save it for Thompsons rather than trying to go for bazookas or bars. Right now, US players not doing all too well. Silver players doing okay, not particularly great. Both the Axis players could get another Panzer IV on the build queue now. But they could both save it for a target tank. Battle phase 3 is in the build queue, that's why the fuel value is the same. Good pendant on the Panzer IV. So it looks like both of them can be eyeing for the target tanks. Grenadiers now being suppressed.
Our opponents are seizing a sector. Our renovated HQ is ready, and heavy tanks are now available.
Panzer IV advancing. Gets some good damage there onto the AT gun. RT Cruet does avoid the grenade there as well.
Our sector.
Yells Captain's off line back. Rangers as well. Captain does escape out of there. There goes AT gun entirely. Grenadiers heading down south.
Stuka, fueled and ready to fly.
T-34 does have zero armor somewhat exposed. Panzer IV does take a pen there from the AT gun. Does decrease the Zis gun. Panzer IV does take a good pen there. Panzer Faust, multiple Panzer Faust hitting the T-34-76. Zis gun may want IA for a light artillery barrage current rate. Panzer IV pushing forward. He needs 2 pens to take out the T-34. I'm pretty sure can withstand 1 shot. Let's wait for it. Does get the pen there. T-34-76 does roll a bounce there. Gets the pen. Decrews the AT gun. And it's not looking good for the Allies. We do now have a Rover Sherman taking the field. Sherman tanks are nice. Blue could eye for Sherman 76, but looks like the Allies have surrendered. This Angrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. As mentioned beforehand, that shall be my last replay for tonight, since my voice is already starting to fall apart. This Angrade saying, thank you for watching, have a good evening, and get some good rest.